That looked like 2017 Carson Wentz. It's been a while. I made a video at halftime. Most of you guys probably saw it. I was freaking out. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy here, and I didn't have to go anywhere, but I was forced to go to my car because I knew I was going to lose my shit. And I did. Because I didn't want to wake people up or cause a scene or anything like that. And I don't get sent to my car very often. I might have been sent to my car in a Dallas loss, maybe. I don't recall. But the last time I remember is in 2010 when we lost to Minnesota Vikings and Joe Webb. So yeah, I was heated. I was done with this team. I hated this team. I wanted so many players gone. I wanted so many coaches gone. I wanted this shit blew up. And the Philadelphia Eagles, after that video, proceeded to look like a much different team in the second half. And that was as close to 2017 Carson Wentz that I can remember. But you know what? I stand by everything I said in that video. I still want Jim Schwartz the fuck out of here. I still want Mike Groh the fuck out of here. I still want Corey Young, the DB coach, who does not have his DBs playing good technique at all or playing the ball at all. I want him gone. I still want the quarterback's coach the fuck out of here. You know, I still want our corners gone. I still want new receivers. The one thing I might take back, and this depends on how you play the rest of the season, Carson Wentz, the one thing I might take back is bringing a quarterback in to compete with you. If you play like this, regardless of the result, because I know it's a team game, regardless of the result, if you play like you played in the second half of this game, which again reminded me of 2017 Carson Wentz, albeit against a really bad Giants secondary. But then again, who was he throwing to? We'll get to that later. You play like that, I'll take back the bringing in someone to compete with you part. Because up till then, you look like trash, buddy. I started off this video looking at Carson Wentz, looking at my picture of Carson Wentz here, because I wanted to emphasize this. This is the first time, maybe in his career, even including 2017, that he put on a game-winning clutch drive. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like he made like one good throw to get us within a 61-yard field goal walk-off win. I don't mean shit like that. All right, that counts as a game-winning ring because I think they said he had 5. I don't know what the 5 are. I don't know, but I'm talking about like gotta have it, touchdowns, last 2 minutes or so, maybe overtime, whatever. Get it done. You know, look clutch. That's the first time in his career that I recall him doing that. And I could be wrong. There could have been 1 or 2 times maybe in 4 years. But that's the first time that I recall him doing that. So that was really good to see. Albeit it was against a bad Giants defense, all right? But that's the first time I recall him doing that. And he did something else for the first time that I'm not sure if I recall. Elevating the players around him. Maybe he did that in 2017. Perhaps he did. Cory Clement looked good. Of course, Cory Clement looked good for Nick Foles, too, in the Super Bowl and everything. He was throwing. We had one healthy receiver on that final drive. Greg Ward, a practice squad receiver, was our only receiver on that final drive. Let that sink in. Our receivers are trashed anyway, but you lose Nelson Aguilar, you lose Alshon Jeffrey, you lose J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You're down to Greg Ward. Not to mention, we don't have Jordan Howard already. We lost Miles Sanders there for a while, so there's our top 2 running backs out. Oh, and yeah, by the way, Lane Johnson went out. Think about how many players you're missing. So when I say that, yes, albeit a bad Giants defense, we pretty much had practice squad players almost across the board. I think that negates whatever bad defense we were playing. Point is, Carson Wentz, you started the season off playing okay, then you went straight up trash. And in the first half today, you were again trash. But in the second half, you showed that 2017 form. Whatever you gotta do, try to hang on to that. All right, you don't gotta win every game. You don't gotta be Superman every game. You don't gotta do shit like that all the time. Not even the greats do that. Even Russell Wilson looked like trash against the Rams the other day. All right, so it happens. But you gotta try to grab onto that. All right, you showed us what you're capable of. That's why I go around saying that you're better than Nick Foles, that you're better than Dak Prescott, because I see what you're capable of. But you got to get it right between the ears. You got to get it. You got to be consistent with it. Otherwise, you're just a flash in the pan here and there. You want to know another flash in the pan? You want to know his name? It goes by Ryan Fitzpatrick. You're not Ryan Fitzpatrick, all right? Because I saw you do it over a course of the 2017 season. So the Eagles and Cowboys are tied. If we win the division, great. We're gonna get destroyed in the first or second round, obviously, of the playoffs. But I just don't want the Cowboys winning it. I hate the Cowboys. I really do. But if we don't win the division, it would have been better to lose this game, obviously. To me, it's either tank or win the division, one or the other. So, do I see us beating the Cowboys? The way we played in the first half, we're going to get smoked. The way we play in the second half, we could win. Right now, I still think we'll lose that game. Again, it depends. It depends on a lot of things, so we'll see. But I don't trust this secondary against Amari Cooper, Gallup. I just don't trust this secondary against that. So Bart Scott, I mean, damn, dude, wow. If he's going to play like that, I don't know how you not play him. But then you have a problem. Jordan Howard gets back whenever that happens. And you got Miles Sanders, who's capable of being a receiving threat. He's shown that. What do you do? I don't know if it's a good problem to have or a bad problem, because the Eagles need an identity. Usually it's a good problem to have, but you give the Eagles too much of a good problem and it becomes a bad problem, because they need to find an identity, and they found it with Bart Scott. They found it. So I don't know. But Bart Scott, game ball. Carson Wentz looked like shit in the first half, but you really balled out and proved that you could be clutch finally. So you got to get a game ball. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sidney Jones, you came in and I think you only had one play, but that play was a key breakup. So, I mean, I gotta give you a little tiny game ball at least. I mean, it was only one play, but it was a crucial play. Hopefully you'll build on that confidence and won't be a turnstile at the cornerback position. Who else? I don't want to really forget too much of anybody. Props to the receivers for stepping up. So yeah. All right, guys. I know I look like I have egg on my face because I was ranting like crazy at halftime, and the Eagles end up coming back and winning and doing so in impressive fashion. Like, we scored like 300 and some yards in the second half compared to the Giants like 20 something. I think like that's insane. Total domination in the second half. So it looked like I said, looked like a completely different team. But Jim Schwartz still has to go. Mike Groh still has to go. The DB coach still has to go. The quarterbacks coach still has to go. The corners still have to go. The receivers still have to go. Like, I mean, right? Like, nothing changed just because we came back and looked impressive in the second half. So, even though I was doing a lot of bitching, Nothing changed from that video I made. The only things that changed is I'm obviously calmer now because we got the win. And I might take back bringing in a quarterback to compete with Wentz if Wentz continues to play like this. That jury's still out. But this was, in the video here, this was the first time since 2017. This was the closest to the 2017 form that I've seen Wentz in the second half. This is the closest I've seen him. Which is night and day because in the first half he sucked. It's the first time that I can remember him truly being clutch and leading a game-winning drive. Two of them, really, if you think about it. And that's the first time I remember him truly elevating the play around him. So, in the second half only, but in the second half, he looked like an elite quarterback. So, it was at least good to see. All right, guys, I'm out. On to the Redskins.